Time for American Family News Update. I'm Bronson Woodruff. 2 days after surviving an attempted assassination, former President Trump appeared triumphantly at the Republican National Convention's opening night with a bandage over his right ear. It's the latest compelling scene in a presidential campaign already defined by dramatic turns. GOP delegates cheered on Trump when he appeared on screen backstage and then emerged in the arena. He was visibly emotional as musician Lee Greenwood sang "God Bless the USA." That was hours after the convention had formally nominated him to head the Republican ticket in November against President Biden. Trump did not address the hall. His acceptance speech is scheduled for Thursday. President Biden told NBC News in an interview Monday that it was a mistake to say he wanted to put a bullseye on Republican nominee Donald Trump. He then repeated the claim that Trump remains a threat to democratic institutions. Their mark in question came during a private call with donors last week, as Biden had been scrambling to shore up his candidacy with key party constituencies. During that conversation, Biden declared he was done talking about his poor debate performance and said it was time to, quote, time to put Trump in the bullseye, end quote, saying Trump has gotten far too little scrutiny on his stances, rhetoric, and lack of campaigning. President Biden has directed the U.S. Secret Service to protect independent presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. after the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. The Homeland Security Secretary said this on Monday. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas said Biden had directed the protection for Kennedy, quote, both prior to and after the events of this past weekend, end quote. Kennedy is a long shot to win electoral college votes, much less the presidency, but his campaign events have drawn large crowds of supporters and people interested in his message. Kennedy thanked Biden for extending him Secret Service protection. Kennedy also thanked his private security firm called Gavin DeBecker and Associates for, quote, keeping me safe for the past 15 months of my presidential campaign. At least 59 people are said to have been killed in a series of Israeli airstrikes on Gaza that began overnight and continued into Tuesday. Fox's Jonathan Savage has that report.
Hospital officials say one of the deadly airstrikes occurred in a place designated a safe zone by the Israeli military. Israel blames Hamas for civilian deaths, accusing the militants of hiding among ordinary Palestinians. The armed wings of Hamas and its ally Islamic Jihad say fighters attacked Israeli forces with anti-tank rockets and mortar bombs. Talks to end the conflict and release Israeli hostages have stalled despite having appeared to make progress. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
Temperatures are expected to soar in some parts of the United States. Major extreme heat risks continue in parts of the Mississippi Valley, Mid-Atlantic, and Northeast today. Advisories have been issued from Texas to the southeast coast and then running north along the coast to Maine. Some places are to reach a heat index as high as 110 degrees. And that'll do it for this American Family News Update. Thanks for watching. I'm Bronson Woodruff.